48 Laws of Power Law 4. Always say less than necessary.
Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Simple translation. The more you talk, the more chance you have of sounding weak, insecure, or stupid. Powerful people don't explain everything. Saying less makes you seem a little bit more in control. What this really means. Talking too much gives people too much information. It also shows people your emotions, your weaknesses, and where you stand. So it's not never talk. It's stop giving away your power every time you open your mouth. He blew it. Coriolanus blew it. Coriolanus was a war hero. People respected him. He was a reputable. He had mystery, status, and public admiration. Then he started talking. Then what happened? He bragged too much. He was arrogant. He insulted regular people. He kept saying everything that was on his mind. Lesson. His image was powerful and his mouth ruined it. If he had said less, people would have kept respect for him. Instead, they heard the real him. And they hated him for it. A masterclass. Louis XIV put on a masterclass. At his court, everybody talked too much trying to impress him. Ministers argued and they explained and they begged and they made speeches. But Louis XIV would listen and he would barely say anything. Usually he'd just say, "I shall see." The result. Nobody knew what he was thinking, and people got nervous and revealed more than they meant to. His silence made him feel calm and unpredictable. He's some good game. The less you say, the more other people talk, and the more they talk, the more they express themselves, because silence does things. Silence makes people nervous. It makes them fill in gaps, and it makes your few words feel heavier. That's power. Practical rules. Don't explain yourself more than necessary. Over-explaining smells like insecurity. Don't argue every point. Let people sit with your answer. You said what you said. Use short statements and don't ramble. Let silence do the work. Awkward for them, useful for you. Sometimes just don't speak. Just prove that you're smarter than them. That's how people accidentally prove the opposite, speaking too much. The ugly truth is a lot of people talk too much because they're desperate to be understood or desperate to sound important. So they just keep going. They just keep going. What I meant was, and another thing, and to be clear, you don't sound powerful. You sound stupid. You sound like a hostage negotiator or something. Like, half of life, people ruin a decent point by adding 3 more paragraphs that nobody asked for. Like, they just ramble. And the dangerous part is, if you say too little in the situation, people think you're shady, cold, or clueless. This law is not about being a mysterious weirdo every second of the day. Because sometimes you need to be clear. Sometimes silence makes people suspicious. But the point is not to be silent for the sake of being silent. It's about control. Power don't beg to be heard. Power speaks when it needs to, and it stops there. The loudest person in the room usually isn't the strongest. They're usually the most nervous. The less you say, the less you reveal. The less you reveal, the harder you are to control. But the more that you talk, the more chance you have to expose yourself. Just say less. Let people wonder. Let silence carry the weight.